7:45, and sometimes it may feel like you just don't have enough money to do, save, or spend the way you want, but there are ways to find hundreds of dollars in your budget. Here to tell where all of our money is hiding is CPA Kimberly Washington. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing really well, thanks.
So you're going to tell us where to find our money?
Yes, there's a couple of different places. I did actually a class, and I went over these different rules, and it really does work. If you sit down and really put some discipline behind it, you can really find money in your budget.
Okay, so we're going to start off, we're going to review our insurance.
Yes,
right?
review your insurances and determine whether or not you can get multi-line discounts. Pick up the phone, talk to your insurance agent, and see if there's some ways that you can save. But you want to be careful too as well, so you don't want to cut down any insurances that you need in order to save, but you want to just review it and see if there's some discounts that could be applied. This really does work.
That's something where you could potentially bundle like home and auto if you're going through two. And just start asking those questions, right? All right, the next one. Now you could refinance.
Right, refinance your mortgage. So right now the rates are historically low, and so that's a great tool on bankrate.com website, and you can put in your information for your current mortgage and also with the mortgage that you expect to refinance. And this can also help you to save hundreds of dollars each year too as well, and kind of shave some of your money off as it relates to your mortgage payment. So this is also a way that you can shave some $100 off of your budget.
That's a great one. And then consider a flexible spending account. Flexible
spending accounts. This is truly a great way to save. And so if you know you're going to have medical expenses this year and also child care expenses, you can place this money in this pre-tax account, so it's not being taxed and it's also reducing your taxes. You can use this money and pay for after-tax expenses, so it's also a great way. And so you definitely want to talk to your employer and see if this is a way that can help you save.
A big note that you can also use it for child care.
That's a big note. A lot of people don't realize that, but can really help you when it comes to child care.
Not just medical expenses.
Yes.
And how about cutting an expense and pay yourself?
Right, so look at your budget and start doing some auditing. I have a great tool on my website at Kimberly.com, and I call it 21 Ways to Save. And so you can go through that list and look at your telephone expenses, your cable expenses, and cut those expenses too as well. And consider using that money and putting it into a bank account and saving it each month. So that's one way, because no one deserves your money better than you. So start saving first.
You're telling me. All right. And then something that I didn't realize, you were telling me during the break, you can actually look back over your old tax returns.
Look back over your tax returns, and you can go back 3 years. And so you can amend those tax returns. So if you missed out on some type of tax deduction or a tax credit that you deem that you are entitled for, go back and look at those tax returns, because the IRS will allow you to go back 3 years. But don't just stop at your federal. Also consider your state tax return too as well.
And they'll cut your check.
They'll cut your check. You'll get that check in the mail. And so
I mean, you were saying that you went over this with a few ladies, and they saved several hundred dollars.
I did a class at my church, and we went over this list of 21 ways to save, and I was excited because many of the ladies save a couple of $100 off their budget, and they were excited too. So you got to really do look at it, but I do have it on my website, and it's called 21 Ways to Save, and I tweeted it out this morning.
That's a much better tips than my tip of searching through the couch cushions.
That too.
You'll find more money.